Hello everyone and welcome back to Hope Rise, where we are changing the way we care, strengthening families, and building brighter futures for children. Thank you for joining us once again in our positive parenting series. In the previous modules, we have learned about understanding children, building healthy relationships, discipline without violence, communication, responsibility, and understanding children's emotions. Today, we are moving into a stage of parenting that many people find exciting, challenging, confusing, and sometimes even frightening: the teenage years. Our key saying for this module is, when children grow taller, parenting must grow wiser. Many parents say, "My child used to tell me everything, but now they hardly talk to me." Others say, "My teenager argues about everything." Some parents worry because their children spend too much time on their phones, while others worry about the friends their teenagers are choosing. If you have ever felt this way, please know that you are not alone. The teenage years are a time of great change. Teenagers are no longer little children, but they are not yet fully grown adults. They are discovering who they are, what they believe, and where they belong in the world. This stage requires patience, wisdom, understanding, and love. Today's lesson will help us understand adolescence, peer pressure, social media, identity, communication with teenagers. Let us learn together how we can support our teenagers and guide them successfully through this important season of life. Adolescence is the period between childhood and adulthood. During this stage, teenagers experience many changes simultaneously. Their bodies are changing, their emotions are changing, their friendships are changing, their interests are changing, their thinking is changing. Sometimes these changes happen so quickly that even teenagers themselves do not understand what they are experiencing. One day they may seem very mature. The next day they may behave like young children. This is completely normal. As parents, we must remember that teenagers are still learning. They are learning how to manage emotions. They are learning how to make decisions. They are learning how to solve problems. They are learning how to become independent. Unfortunately, many parents interpret these changes as rebellion or disrespect. While some teenage behavior can be challenging, not every disagreement means a child is being rebellious. Sometimes they are simply trying to understand themselves. Instead of becoming angry every time your teenager questions something, try to see it as an opportunity for growth and discussion. The goal is not to stop them from thinking. The goal is to teach them how to think wisely. Have you ever asked yourself why teenagers need understanding? Teenagers face pressures that many parents never experienced when they were young. Today's teenagers live in a world of smartphones, social media, online influences, and constant information. Every day they are exposed to ideas, opinions, and pressures from many different directions. This can create confusion, can create stress, can create anxiety. This is why teenagers need understanding more than criticism. They need parents who listen. They need parents who guide. They need parents who remain present, even when communication becomes difficult. Remember this: your teenager may not always show it, but they still need you. One of the greatest influences in a teenager's life is their friends. Peer pressure. Every human being wants to belong. Teenagers are no different. The desire to fit in can become very strong during adolescence. Peer pressure happens when friends influence a teenager to think, behave, dress, or act in certain ways. Sometimes peer influence can be positive. Friends can encourage hard work, respect, good behavior, academic success, positive goals. However, peer pressure can also be negative. Teenagers may be encouraged to skip school, use drugs, engage in crime, bully others, participate in risky behavior. Many teenagers know something is wrong but fear being rejected by their friends. As parents, our responsibility is not to choose every friend for our children. Instead, we must help them develop strong values and confidence. A teenager with strong self-worth is more likely to resist negative pressure. How can parents help with peer pressure? First, build a strong relationship with your teenager. Children who feel connected to their parents are often more confident when making difficult choices. Second, know your teenager's friends. Welcome them into your home. Talk to them. Get to know their families when possible. Third, discuss real-life situations. Ask questions such as, what would you do if your friends asked you to skip school? What would you do if someone offered you drugs? These conversations prepare teenagers before problems occur. Finally, remind your child that true friends do not force people to do harmful things. Good friends help each other grow. Social media digital world has changed the way young people communicate. Many teenagers spend hours every day using Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, WhatsApp, online games. Technology itself is not bad. In fact, technology can provide learning opportunities, creativity, communication, and access to information. The challenge comes when technology begins controlling a teenager's life instead of serving it. Many parents struggle because they do not fully understand the digital world. This is why parents must continue learning. We cannot guide our children in areas we refuse to understand. What are the dangers of social media? 1. Comparing. Many teenagers compare themselves to what they see online. They compare appearance, clothes, lifestyle, relationships, success. The problem is that social media often shows only the best moments of people's lives. Teenage, followers or comments. 2. Cyberbullying. Bullying no longer ends when school closes. It can continue online 24 hours a day. Hurtful messages, insults, and humiliation can deeply affect a young person's emotional well-being. Parents should create an environment where children feel safe reporting online bullying. 3. Harmful content. The internet contains both helpful and harmful information. Teenagers may be exposed to violence, pornography, dangerous challenges, gambling, hate speech. This is why parental involvement remains important. What is healthy digital parenting? Healthy parenting in the digital age requires balance. Parents should establish clear boundaries. For example, no phones during meals, no phones during family conversations, limited screen time, safe online practices. Most importantly, talk openly about technology. Do not make technology a forbidden topic. Make it a regular family conversation. When communication is strong, teenagers are more likely to seek guidance when problems arise. One of the most important questions teenagers ask is, "Who am I?" Every teenager wants to understand their place in the world. They are searching for identity. Some try to find identity through popularity, others through appearance, others through social media attention, others through romantic relationships. The challenge is that these things can change quickly. True identity must be built on something stronger. Parents play a major role in helping children develop a healthy sense of self. Help your teenager recognize their strengths, their talents, their values, their purpose. Encourage them to focus on character rather than popularity. Character lasts longer than popularity. Building positive identity. Tell your teenager positive things about themselves. Notice their strengths. Celebrate their efforts. Recognize their achievements. Correct mistakes without attacking their worth. Instead of saying, "You are lazy," say, "You can do better than this." Instead of saying, "You always fail," say, "This was a mistake, but you can learn from it." Words are powerful. The words spoken by parents often become the voice children hear inside themselves for years. Communication with teenagers. Communication is one of the greatest challenges between parents and teenagers. Many parents believe teenagers do not listen. Many teenagers believe parents do not understand. The truth is that both sides often feel unheard. Strong communication begins with listening. Sometimes teenagers do not need immediate solutions. Sometimes they simply need someone to hear them. Learn to listen. Listening is more than hearing words. It means giving attention. It means showing interest. It means trying to understand feelings. When your teenager talks, stop what you are doing. Give eye contact. Listen carefully. Avoid interrupting. When children feel heard, trust grows. Stay calm during conflict. Disagreements are normal. Arguments will happen. The question is not whether conflict will occur. The question is how we respond. When emotions become high, pause. Take a deep breath. Avoid shouting. Avoid insults. Avoid threats. Parents set the emotional tone of the home. Calm responses often produce better results than angry reactions. Create safe conversations. Teenagers should feel safe discussing friendships, relationships, mistakes, fears, questions, plans. If every conversation ends in punishment, teenagers may stop talking. If every conversation includes criticism, they may become distant. Create a home where honesty is welcomed. A safe relationship today can prevent serious problems tomorrow. Here are some practical tips for parenting teenagers. Here are some practical actions every parent can begin today. 1. Spend quality time together regularly. 2. Learn about your teenager's interests. 3. Encourage open communication. 4. Set clear and reasonable boundaries. 5. Praise positive behavior. 6. Monitor online activities wisely. 7. Teach responsibility and accountability. 8. Respect growing independence. 9. Stay involved in their lives. 10. Never stop showing love. Remember, teenagers need both guidance and freedom. Too much control creates rebellion. Too little guidance creates confusion. Wise parenting balances both. Parenting teenagers in today's world is not easy. There are many challenges. There are many distractions. There are many pressures. But there are also many opportunities. Teenagers can become responsible, confident, compassionate, and successful adults when they receive the right support. As parents and caregivers, our role is not to control every step they take. Our role is to walk alongside them, guide them, encourage them, and help them become the best version of themselves. Remember our key saying: when children grow taller, parenting must grow wiser. As your teenager grows, continue growing as a parent. Keep listening, keep learning, keep loving, and never stop believing in your child. The relationship you build during the teenage years can become one of the greatest gifts you ever give them. Parents, what is one thing you can start doing this week to strengthen your relationship with your teenager? Thank you for joining me on Hope Rise. If this lesson has encouraged you, please like, share, and subscribe. Join us next time for Module 13, Building Children's Self-Esteem and Confidence. Together, let us continue changing the way we care.